We worked with Colin and Heather in the spring of 2019, and they helped us buy this lovely home in the Riverbank district in Paso Robles. I would rate our experience with Heather and Colin 10 out of 10, 5 stars.
So we worked with Heather and Colin back in 2020 to buy a home for our growing family. We had a great experience working with Heather and Colin. We looked at a lot of listings. When we were buying, there's a lot of houses that were on the market for just a day, and then they'd go fast, and they were always, we'd see a listing and, hey, what do you think about this? And we would go look at it the same day or the next day, and we had all of our trust in Heather and Colin.
Well, we worked with Colin, actually my husband and I, Roger. We worked with him back in 2022, and we purchased a home in the Oak Ridge Estates. Colin really helped us through the buying process. I mean, we lived in the desert, so we're not here in this area, so he really took care of everything that we needed. I feel like Colin is a great agent because he really cares and he pays attention. My husband and I live 450 miles away. We fell in love with this home. We put an offer on it and we left. And so he really helped facilitate the closing of the property. He came up, he was there for us. There were multiple offers and he got it. I mean, he got the house for us, so we really trust him.
Because I had the relationship with Heather, we were friends in high school. I know that she had a lot of integrity. She was honest. She was a tiger. When she wanted to do something, she got it done, and she's fully transparent. As a friend, as everything, I would try to persuade her when I was a kid to do funny, crazy stuff, and she would she would be so honest that it kind of drove me crazy. But there's no other person that I would even consider doing a real estate transaction with other than Heather. She's amazing. She's incredible.
So Heather and Colin do a great job. I definitely would rate them at the top of whatever scale you want to use.
10 out of 10, 5 stars, but they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're always in your corner fighting for every little detail. We got a house that was easy to move into, but they did a great job of taking care of those details.
They did a great job of taking care of us.
So we would absolutely recommend Heather and Colin. I'm sure they'd make it easy. It was so easy for us. You know, a couple of days we looked at places, we'd already picked something out. We had paperwork going within a week, and it was smooth and it was easy and they were so knowledgeable. And since all our friends would be first-time home buyers too, I'm sure that would make that process easy for them too. And then on top of that, after giving us those recommendations, she, has parties and gives away free pies or
I love
whatever,
that. Yeah, the pie
she's
party.
paying us to give us recommendations.
Yeah, she checks in with us every quarter with something, like sometimes there'll be like little surprises at your door, and other times it's like a party, and like at this point, like because it happens so often, like we get to see people and I'm like, oh yeah, like the people that other buyers like all become like kind of like, oh, acquaintances and oh hello, and that's fun.
I would recommend Heather and Colin to any of our friends or family. Our family has used them in the past, and they make you feel confident in what you're buying, and they help guide you through the process and make a difficult process seem easy. Having that guidance when you're making such a big life decision and purchase it's a great thing. It's a comforting thing. Yeah, the biggest obstacle when we were buying a house was just how fast the houses were going in, on and off the market. And Heather and Colin were able to get us as one of the first viewers of the house, so that way we were able to put an offer on as soon as we could, because they were going within a day, 2 days. So Heather and Colin were really good about that.
I would recommend Colin because he answers the phone, he responds, but he kept in communication with us. He kept letting us know, well, here's a house. Do you want to look at this house? And I never felt that he ever went away. Yeah, it's Colin and it's the whole Platinum Properties team. All of them are very aware, acute. You call, they know who you are. They don't forget you, They're very much a team, and I really love this agency. I didn't feel like I was with a pressure real estate agent. I felt like I was with a person that really wanted to help me find a home. And I can tell the whole Platinum Properties, it's more of a family environment, or it's not about buying a house. It's about finding your home. That's the difference. And you can feel that with this team. You can feel that with Colin for sure. Yeah, very trustworthy. You just trust this company. You trust Colin and you trust Platinum Properties. And I think for me, that's the most important relationship, trust.
So the excellent thing about working with Heather is she's a problem solver. She's always been really good in math, and she's great at figuring out solutions for any problem. When we went to buy a property here in California, the listing of the house that I really wanted showed that it had 2,000 square feet. And we thought, well, that just doesn't seem like it has 2,000 square feet. And Heather says, I don't think it does either. Let's go check it out. So we checked it out. It came back that it was really 1,600 square feet. So we were able to get a discount on the house because Heather was bright enough to figure out that there was a discrepancy in the listing. So Heather figures stuff out. She's amazing.
One thing I love about Heather and Colin is that, you know, even after the sale is done and the paperwork's been signed, they are still such an active part of your life in town. You know, you can rely on them for any sort of recommendation. They bring people together, you know, every quarter and check in with them, and they're so reliable, and they really helped us feel more connected to our community much more quickly, I think, than if we had just been trying to figure it out on our own.
As a first-time home buyer, I didn't really know what it would be like, and Heather and Colin just made it so easy that even though 24 hours into us looking at places to buy, I felt completely confident that what we were getting was a good choice and that they were part of that.
Colin and Heather make a great team because they're able to communicate with each other and with us all as a group. It was nice if Heather wasn't available, Colin was able to be there for us. 3 words I would use to describe Heather: she's confident, which made us in turn confident in buying a home. She was fast and reliable when we needed information. She would go to the city and she would pick out, ask them questions about what we needed to know in order to proceed with our escrow. And she was just very prompt with getting answers for us. We love everything about her. She makes us feel comfortable with purchasing a home, and I think you need to have a lot of confidence in who you're purchasing a home with. Thank you so much, Heather and Colin, for leading us on our journey of buying our first family home and finding a spot that we could, build roots for our family and our kids can grow up and make memories, and a house we feel safe in and has great schools around. And it takes a lot to find the perfect house for a growing family, and we just really appreciate all the work and time that you put into helping us find that.
Yeah, I mean, since we weren't here, like I said, we lived 450 miles away. He really worked with the other realtor to figure out what was needed, what we needed to do to land it, and because we really wanted the house, and because there were multiple offers, we were kind of upset about it. And he just won it for us. He did whatever it took, and he was on the phone with us 3 times a day, every day, until he made that last phone call and said it was ours. So he's wonderful. It was a home that you walk into and you feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. And he knew that. Like, I was very, very passionate about it. I have to have this home. I think that's probably the most important thing. He took us through a situation that could have felt very stressful because there were multiple offers, and he made it feel easy. I just knew in my heart that this home was ours, and it was. He made it happen.